Good morning. Good morning,
This
everybody.
is a fantastic time of year, though. It's
While
actually
most of us are bleary-eyed and feeling blah at 6 in the morning, Wendy Harmer is wide awake and looking for laughs. And whether she's working on radio or on television, her priceless talent is finding comedy in ordinary life, turning the routine into the ridiculous.
Some people aren't agreeing. I'll give you 4 reasons why shopping is better than sex. 1, you can take your mother along for a second opinion. 2, you can stop halfway through for an organ vase and a cappuccino. 3, you don't have to fake having a good time. And 4, you get something nice to keep at the end, which is not a baby.
I always thought, that there was some performing person inside me, but I didn't ever see myself as being one of those people. I didn't think I belonged in that area.
What you have done, your great gift has been to make fun of yourself, to use your own life for comedy.
Yeah, I guess it's frightening to me sometimes how quickly my life turns into fodder. The most terrifying one was back in my mid-30s when I had a horrendous breakup with this chap. And I was doing the big gig, and basically I got up that night and I did a routine about it.
I'm single at the moment as well. I was going out with this guy for about 5 years. He was great in bed. Trouble is, everybody agreed with me. I'd be out at a restaurant discussing my sex life. I look up, the whole place is going, I know.
When we know
So the
you
other thing I should tell you
as
is that
this funny woman with the wit and the wicked tongue, it is hard to imagine that when you were quite small, it was a struggle just to express yourself.
Well, it was. Yes, I was born with a cleft lip and a cleft palate, and so it was quite difficult for me to even, literally speak and express myself. And I guess my father dished out sort of kind of tough love, really. He would say, I can't understand what you're saying. Or he would have me stand on the table as a kid and read the newspaper for visitors.
When you see this bilateral hair lip and double cleft palate, you've no idea what it's like unless you've actually seen one. It's just like instead of having your mouth and nose, you've got a hole in your face. Well, to a 23-year-old man and his 17-year-old wife, this was shattering.
Wendy's father, Graham, was a school teacher, and he was convinced she had to learn to be articulate to handle the taunts and survive all the challenges that lay ahead.
All I could do was say to her, you are beautiful. You can do anything you want to do. You can be the Prime Minister of Australia. And I used to encourage her to do the best she could.
A painfully shy young woman took the plunge into comedy in the early 80s. But what most of us laughing didn't know was how much she'd been through to get to centre stage.
I'm trying really hard to see my name in neon lights.
How many operations, how much time in hospital did you go through to get the lip right, to get the cleft palate right?
They had this thing that my head had to stop growing before they could do the grafts and things. So I spent, most of my life waiting for this, it felt like, for this mythical time when my head would stop growing. As it turned out, I think I was about 14 or so. And I spent time in hospital with grafts and things, actually literally with my mouth sewn together. So,
hard to imagine.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people would probably like it to be sewn back up.
Actually, have a sit down. I've got a few words to say about you. If you don't mind, Kim, personally, I'm having enough of a battle coping with most politicians being ill-informed, smug, uncaring bastards.
In Harmer's way, no one is safe. For this former Melbourne journalist, the issues right here in our own backyard are just grist for her mill.
Now, not that I can talk as a member of the fraudcasting community, I tell you. Reputation lower than a current affairs journalist. Hello, Jeff McMullen.
The first time I you know, I was doing comedy and someone kind of yelled, "Oh, you're ugly, you're a dog, you know, get off." I was in shock, but I thought, I've heard that before, you know. Is really that the best? Is that really the best you can do?
Just take a little top off and show you. Here we go. You can always tell the bottle-fed boys, can't you?
I worked out a bit of a tactic, really, with a bunch of drunken yobbos. You basically go for the ringleader, work out who that is, humiliate him, everyone else will fall into line. Sort of like herding cattle or something.
The little girl who hated being the centre of attention grew up to be the first woman to host a comedy show on Australian television.
My name is Wendy. Have we got anyone else named Wendy in tonight? No, of course not, because it's a shockingly daggy name. You never own up to being named Wendy. You never hear of Princess Wendy or Dame Wendy. I mean, Wendy's always the one who says, "Oh, can I come too?" "No, Wendy, you better stay here and mind the picnic basket."
She was hard to resist because the person she always loved to send up the most was Wendy Harmer and her search for Mr. Right.
I'm sure my search for Mr. Right's well documented. I'm sure that you've got plenty in the kick there, you know, to tell you how public that search was. And I guess I'd really resolved that I was going to be an auntie, an eccentric kind of batty auntie.
I was standing in front of my fridge the other day, opened the door, reminiscing about lost loves, and down there, down the back of the drip tray, I saw a poignant reminder of the man I left behind. One lone, limp, wrinkled carrot. And I thought, maybe eating out isn't so bad after all. Why be civil this morning just because you're on the television?
Okay, you don't want me to be civil? That's fine.
There are a few men in Wendy's life today. Comedian Peter Moon and DJ Paul Holmes are the rest of the morning crew on Sydney's Today FM.
No, I don't think blokes are as...
It's not so much prowess, it's more just will she or won't she?
But the man who really puts a smile on Wendy Harmer's face is her husband of 5 years, Brendan. A romance she shares with her many listeners.
It's all very well for all you blokes to argue about whose team's going and who's being cut, but you're not married to a person who is married to a team. I think sometimes women, they make their lives too perfect and a man can't come and the man can't see where he could fit in. I on purpose left mine a bit of a mess. So...
Oh, on purpose?
Yeah, I did. You walked right into the trap.
He calls himself Wendy's faithful old dog, but she says Brendan Donahoe is her Mr. Right. He's a man of many talents, a town planner, an environmental activist on Sydney's northern beaches, and a pretty slick surfer. What was it about Wendy's nature that you were drawn to?
She's gutsy, you know. She just sort of has been to places that most people won't. And continues to go there. She's
still taking a risk.
Yeah, she's pretty fearless. Yeah, which sometimes doesn't help me, but you know, often it does.
When their little boy Marley was born 2 years ago, Wendy and Brendan had to make some hard decisions. She was 42 and had longed to have this family of her own, but she also had a radio career that took her out of the house before dawn each day. Their solution was for Brendan to become a full-time house husband.
I must say, a part of me, when I'm leaving the home at 5 o'clock in the morning and I hear that first, yeah, and he's up, I kind of run. Is that terrible to admit? Run, get in the car. Yes, I'm leaving, you know.
And that's secretly what every mum wants to do.
Yeah.
When Wendy had Marley, many people told her she was too old to be making babies. But now, at 44, she's pregnant again with their second child due in February. Were either one of you a little nervous about having two children in your 40s? Making 2 babies in your 40s?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you're on the weekend and you've both done your back in, that's when it gets ugly. But
What makes you think it's only going to be 2?
So you're going to be making babies when you're 50,
no,
aren't you?
we're not. The funny thing, I always thought, for instance, at the age of 50, I'd have a dead husband, 2 kids in university, and I'd be on the Women's Weekly World Discovery Tour. I'm going to be sitting in a Tarago van outside a primary school. It's very bizarre, but it's great. It's exciting.
What's
Your dead
am I going to be alive? Or
Yeah,
what?
yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
If you play your cards right.
With another baby on the way, new gags are born. From the search for Mr. Right to birth and babies, it's all part of the comedy script for Wendy Harmer.
After a couple of kids, and you realise no matter how hard you try, you can never suck your stomach in again, it's really nature's way of saying, relax, enjoy yourself, learn new skills.
People probably need a laugh more than they need anything else these days, so maybe that's not such a bad thing to do.
You have given us so many laughs.
Oh, well, thank you. I hope so. I hope there's more to come.
Hello, I'm Dimity Clancey. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minute segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.